Hey, what's up? Quantum here. Had to redo the Universal Spirituality video because my laptop mic that's built in kind of sucks. Yeah, so Universal Spirituality. So every single person, every single animal, planet, star, galaxy, universe has a spiritual field that contains non-visible light, and people have heard about things like auras, or even seen them, and can even feel them, like me. And yeah, that's external infrared. Some people, when they try and feel chi, they might just feel a warmth. Yeah, well, that's kind of evidence that it's infrared, because infrared's directly related with temperature. And then some people might have heard of torsion fields. It's like another spectrum, which is microwaves. And it's a lower frequency spectrum, actually, and it stretches out further. You can even search Google Images for microwaves stretching through space. There's all kinds of microwave fields stretching around space pretty far. Yeah, so every single person has a spirit, even atheists do, even though they're ignorant about it. Unless they're not, because I've actually met a type of atheist that was spiritual atheist. They just call themselves that because they don't set foot inside of a church. And they had all kinds of spiritual books, like this one dude had a book called The Tao of Physics. He said that he couldn't wrap his mind around all of it. And I looked through it, and it was a pretty tough mind exercise, even for me. And yeah, it's some deep stuff. Maybe I should look into that book some more and stuff. Now, just because everyone has a spirit doesn't mean that they're God. I mean, theosophy, some of it's kind of alright, except for one part, which is kind of contradictory in a way. Well, a couple of doctrines inside of theosophy, saying humans are our God, and then another one is that involving you can channel stuff from spirits and stuff. Well, if we're already God, then why would we have to channel anything from outside of ourselves? It's kind of contradictory in a way. Really. We're not God. we could channel stuff from God. We could probably only channel so much from God, though, because no matter how much we think we know, with all the discoveries we've made, there's always more, always. There's new discoveries that happen almost every day, even. So, we're totally not God. But besides, you know what? Like saying, oh, I'm God already, that's just kind of limiting my energy, even though someone might think that, you could use that doctrine to draw in more energy. But if you're just like saying that you're God already and that's it, that's just actually going to limit your energy, because then God's just going to be like, oh, well, you're God already, so why do you need more energy if you're God? So, we're not God. It's a greater power than us. We're not constantly exerting absolute power to allow all things to be possible. We can't do that. Yeah, it might seem like we do, but where's the powers, huh? We're God. Where's our magical powers? Yeah, I have a little bit of it, but that don't mean I'm God, because I still have limited power. I can't levitate yet. That would be cool if I could levitate, but I can't levitate yet. But even if I figure that out, there's still more to figure out. If I just somehow got all of Jesus' powers or something, there's still more than that. Well, yeah, if he only uses his powers for light, he didn't use his powers for wrath like Moses did. And Moses didn't use all of his power for light either, so it's kind of split. But if you could just combine the two, there's probably still more. There's always more. It's like leapfrog. We're playing leapfrog with God's mind. Yeah, we figure out something, we discover something, but then God's thinking of more stuff than us, because he already knows everyone's thoughts. So it's like the whole purpose of life kind of deal is discovery, endless discovery. There is no end to what can be discovered. And who knows what we might find next. Could be a lot of things. Just looking at the time on the camera here. Yeah, looking at this thing through a mirror. Yeah. And what is God, though? The ultimate source of power, powering all the stars and all the star nurseries, everything in the universe, powering all our atoms. Allowance and acceptance, always being active, and the all-surrounding, boundless spirit light energy field that sources everything. You could also call it the Higgs field, full of bosons giving everything mass, and photons is causing everything else to be, even things without mass. Of course, spirits, photons, because it's light, non-visible light with lots of frequencies. There's a lot more to non-visible light than what we've found with technology, even with Kirlian technology. Even with the CERN Collider, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. And they're trying to recreate the Higgs field. Maybe they can, maybe they can't, I don't know. Maybe it would cause some kind of bad disruption if they try to recreate it. Or maybe you just can't recreate something that is just always sort of statically there. Like the sun, you can't make another sun. Like physics, there's something that won't let you do, you know. There's limits because it's like for our own protection. Because there's this greater intelligence, you know. Yes, and the higher energy. And what I mean by God, I don't mean just some limited being like some religious people like limit everything to. Saying like, you know, if something isn't in our book, then it has nothing to do with God at all. It has to do with, it automatically has to do with the devil. But wait a minute, isn't the devil in that book too? So what the heck? The devil's a negative thing. So, yeah, sure, yeah, I can generate some positive ideas that can lead to negative effects. But that's about it. Like, it's just because someone has deeper insights on things doesn't mean that they're getting it from the devil just because it's not in the exact wording in their book. It's ridiculous. God's bigger than religion. However, this is also inside of religion at the same time. It's not a limited being. It's not limited to any ideas that we have. However, we can have ideas on like deeper things about God, and can't know everything that God knows, of course. That'd be like overload. So yeah, universal spirituality. Spirit is energy. You can even look that up on thesaurus.reference.com. You could type in energy, you'll get spirit, and you could type in spirit and you'll find energy and its synonyms. Yeah, so God gives us all a spirit. God's a greater spirit than us. But you know what? That's always a perpetual thing. People talk as if these things are temporal, like you have to do something to cause it to happen. No, it's just already there. You just got to become aware of it. And things like the Christ energy can help us do that. Because people who don't truly get in touch with it, they might be limiting themselves. And they think they're getting it from another source because they somehow they get spiritual perception. They're probably still getting it from that source. They're just calling it something else or something. Yeah, you know. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Christ energy is bigger than religion too, even though it's inside of religion. And it's not limited to any of our ideas about it either. Even though it's redemptive, it's not necessarily outside of that. And it does help us get over guilt and help us clear out blockages so we can process more spiritual energy. So it's not a bad thing. You know, some people they become atheists, hardcore, and they only see the dark side of religion, the absurd side of it, and even reject all spirituality altogether. They think it's all absurd. There's nothing to do with science or anything, but science is catching up with it anyway. So and when it does, they're so hardcore they'll even deny that. It's ridiculous. Just open your mind. You think your mind's so open just because you're like in denial of all spiritual things at all? Like you're just closed-minded to that too. That you think I'm just closed-minded because I'm spiritual. No. I process all kinds of stuff. You know, I'll take in all kinds of information and make more out of it and stuff. You know, science investigates and tries to disprove things. Spirit science investigates and doesn't always try to disprove things. It could, but it also contemplates on things more. And it's more an acceptance. Allowance and acceptance have been around ever since the beginning of everything, before they were even put into our human words, physical vocal cords. They were already actions that set everything into motion. Alright, well, that's all I can think of for now. When I think of another video to do, I'll do it. Alright, God bless and everyone have an awesome day.